Well, Alina, you're going to be very envious of me today because I'm in a lovely house with two very well-behaved dogs here with me today, and I've also got Kath Hardman with me, who we've met before with her dancing dogs. Kath has actually made it into a great British team that's going to be competing in the first ever competition of this heel work to music. So Kath, just tell me a little bit about how this sort of team came about then.
The team came about because the FCI, which is a worldwide authority on dogs, they've gone to Denmark. It's the world show there, so there'll be other things like breed, agility, fly ball, obedience. And for the first time ever, they've accepted that heel work to music and freestyle can be part of that show.
How did you get into that team? Did you have to have won things along the way, or did you just put your name forward?
The Danish Kennel Club sent through the invitation to the Great Britain Kennel Club and asked for team members of 3 for each division. So you've got heel work to music with 3 dogs and handlers in, and freestyle with 3 dogs and handlers in. And they asked for people to put themselves forward for selection if you'd like to go. The FCI is only interested in dogs that are on the Kennel Club breed register. Right. So obviously this limits the number of dogs that can compete from GB, because we compete with crossbreeds and dogs that have been rescued, which obviously haven't got pedigrees and things like that. But luckily I've got 3 dogs. I've got a working sheepdog, that's working activity. I've got Spice, who's the crossbreed, working activity, and then I've got Amber, who is actually a border collie bred, and she's on the pedigree list. So luckily I'd got 1 dog out the 3 who would all have qualified with the credentials. They're all in the advanced classes for both the divisions, and Amber is the youngest dog that I've got. She's 4 years old and she's been selected.
So have you got a lot of work to do then between now and it's June you go, is it?
Yeah, we go towards the end of June. Yes, I've got an awful lot of work to do. Amber and I are still getting to know each other very well, and we've actually really established ourselves as heel work to music. However, she's done well in freestyle as well, but I'm not so confident with her in that at the moment. And that's where she's got selected for the freestyle team. So we've got 5 months of hard work to put together a stunning routine which will wow the judges when we get there.
And what's actually the difference between the two sort of divisions?
Heel work to music is a bit more like obedience. It's very precise. Your dog's got a choice of 8 positions around your body. The dog cannot be more than 2 metres away from you in these rules that are taking part in Denmark. Freestyle, however, is anything. So a dog can be spinning, it can be weaving, it can jump your body, it can work at a distance away from you, it can do all sorts. There's no restriction as to what it can't do, apart from it can't do heel work more than 25%.
You've been doing heel work to music for quite a few years now, so you must be pleased that it's going on a world stage.
Oh gosh, I am, yes. I started this in 1999 with Ginny. She was 7 years old when I started it, and we've been very, very successful at something that it was brand new. Luckily, I got in very early in the start of it, and because of heel work to music, I've judged at Crufts, and I've been all over the world, basically. I've been to Japan, Israel, America, lots of places in Europe. We've been teaching judges, we've been teaching the handlers how to work with their dogs, and generally it's just broadened my life incredibly.
So will you get to see the arena that you're working in, and will you get a chance to sort of have a practice in there once you get to Denmark? Because you've got a bit of a journey before then, haven't
We've
you?
got a long journey before then, yeah. We've got to drive down to Harwich, then we're going to be getting a ferry, which will take us directly to Denmark, but it's an 18-hour ferry. The venue itself I've actually seen. I did judge there at the Nordic Championships in November. Now, we are arriving there the Tuesday before the championship, and we've had to hire a cottage which sleeps 15 actually, so that we can get all the dogs in there, because there's 5 other people. So at the moment I'm trying hard to finance this expedition, as you might call it, because the ferry and the house alone is costing us a fortune, and it's all self-funded.
Well, let's have a word with Karen Sykes. Now, Karen, you're also going to Denmark, but you're going as a judge.
I am indeed, and I'm so honoured to have been asked. It's a fantastic accolade to be asked to judge something like the World Heel Work to Music and Freestyle Championship.
And tell me a little bit about judging on a sort of world stage like that. I mean, this is obviously the first time that it's happened on such a big stage, so I suppose for both of you really it's a little bit sort of looking in the dark, isn't it?
It is to an extent. I've got copies of the FCI rules for the World Show, and in many ways I'm looking at very, very similar things to what we look at in this country. They're just laid out in a slightly different manner. So basically what I'm looking for with the dogs that are working and the handlers is that there's a good partnership, a good variety, that the signals that the handler gives to the dogs are quite covert, so it's not really obvious hand signals, things like that. Lots of variety, accuracy, and a really important part for me is the musical interpretation, so that whatever they are doing, it actually goes with the music, and the music asks for those moves to be done. Each year there tends to be a little bit more of it on the TV, so I think as we see more on the television and people generally get to see the sport, they're going to absolutely love it. It's actually the best doggy spectator sport that there is. It's super.
Okay, well, we wish you both the best of luck, and thanks to Spice and Amber for sitting here so quietly and so well behaved. You're a good dog.